Do you want to know what happened in the market through the month of October? I'll go over everything next on Tom's Take. You're definitely going to want to watch this one. So we know this is the number one question that every consumer has. How's the market and what's that going to mean for people looking to buy and sell? So we've been doing this video a lot because I know how important it is to get a clear understanding, especially given all the noise that's out there right now. There's some people have no idea what they're talking about and coming off as experts. So what I'm going to do is give you data for the greater Philadelphia area and then tell you exactly what that means for folks that are looking to make a real estate decision in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 12 months, whatever. At least you're informed and have the right information to make a well-informed decision. So the number of sales, and this is all through the end of October, so I just want to give everyone some clarity here. Usually this data is delayed about 30 days. Through the end of October, the number of sales were down year over year between 0.6%, so 0.6, up to as much as a 4.9% decrease in the number of homes that sold in Chester, Philadelphia, Montgomery, and Delaware counties. Median home prices are up, big movement here, 7.7 to 11.2%, and days on market is ranging between 35 and 45 days from hitting the market to signing an agreement of sale. Percentage of the asking price that sellers are getting for their properties is ranging 95.7 to 98.3%. And here's the kind of crazy numbers, and I'm going to give you two stats. The first, current supply in the month of October is a 1.07 month to 1.39 month supply, depending on which county or if you're in Philadelphia. So that's the absorption rate. So if nothing new came on the market, that's how long it would take for the current inventory to sell. That's a crazy low number, and I use the word crazy intentionally there. Additionally, mortgage rates, and this might fluctuate between when we film and when this happens, I doubt it, are coming in. We've had folks lock in at 2.5% on a 30-year fixed. Most rates on a 30-year fixed loan are coming in that 2.75, 2.8 range. These are the lowest rates in history. So that's kind of the overview. Now, I want to give you some specific numbers in October, and we're actually going to go compare it to the month of October in 2019 to give you some seasonal perspective, because that's one of the big objections out there. Are people even looking for homes? Are they buying homes now? So compared to last October, new listings are up between 6.6 to 20.1%. So that's a real number, and that's in Montgomery County specifically. So we're seeing more new listings hit the market this past October than we did in 2019 for that same 31-day period. And number of pending sales were also up 19.9% to 28.1%. These are huge increases. So I threw a lot of stats at you here. What does this mean for the market? And then I'm going to go to buyers and sellers. Here's the first question. I get a lot of objections this time of year, and I want to answer them. Is anything selling? Do people move? Should I wait till after the first of the year? And the answer very clearly, looking at that October of 2020 versus October 2019 comparison, there's more activity than ever in the marketplace. If you're a buyer, there's more homes coming on the market in the fourth quarter than I've ever seen before, and the data backs it up. And the same thing with more homes selling than I've ever seen before from a volume level. We've always been active in the fourth quarter because homes always sell every month of the year no matter what. These are big increases on the seasonality of our marketplace. So that's a major takeaway here. So if you're one of those people that's saying, I'm going to wait till after the new year, I'm going to wait until February, I'm going to wait till after the Super Bowl, wherever that nonsense came from, don't make the mistake of missing out on some opportunities if you're selling to cash out and get a great number because there's so much activity. And if you're buying, maybe there's a little less competition now for you because people have that mindset. They hear that realtor, I don't even know the right word. It's that realtor tale that you want to list your home or you want to wait till after the first of the year, and it's just not true. So there's a lot of opportunity there, and you might have a little less competition fighting for those listings if you're a buyer. So overall, what this means for buyers and sellers, I see some real opportunities on both sides. You're buying a home, your monthly payment will be the lowest in history at that price point. Your monthly payment will be the lowest in history because of where rates are. I cannot stress this enough. Most folks don't buy their home based on the purchase price, they buy it with the monthly payment. So you can afford more. You can stretch into that 20-year home, and maybe you get that extra 400 or 500 square feet, or that extra bedroom, or that finished basement that you couldn't get before. So you want to sit down, look at the numbers, and see what you can afford, because it's more than it was last year. That's takeaway number one if you're buying. If you're buying as well, there is competition right now. There's other buyers looking to get out there. Look at these pending sale numbers. So be prepared and understand the process up front. Know that you might have to bid above the asking price. You might have to waive contingencies. Get a pre-commitment letter, not a pre-approval letter. Get your offer as tight as possible before you even have to present it to a seller. You want to go in totally prepared to get into these competitive situations. So those are the two pieces of advice I have for buyers. Historically low rates, lowest payments ever, and understand it's a competitive market. So be overly prepared so you can beat the competition and get the house that you want. If you're a seller, here's what you want to look at. Days on market ranging 35 to 45 days. If your home is not selling, it's not compelling people in the marketplace, and it's likely to do with price, because we're seeing that sellers are getting close to 96 to 98.3% of the asking price. If your home isn't moving, take a look at the number. I know it may not be what you want to hear. I'm giving you the real news to help you. What I also see is a ton of opportunity here is these inventory levels. This is bananas. You're seeing less than a 1.5 month supply of homes on the market and huge increases year over year in the month of October. This is a chance for sellers to position their home to be the next to sell, not have to compete with all the other people that are going to take that wait until after the Super Bowl advice. So there's a lot of opportunity here if you're a seller, if you want to cash out and get as much money as you can. We are seeing record prices right now. And if your home's not moving, you got to take a look at that number. Now, obviously, the challenge for a seller is on the buy side, so try to figure out where you're going beforehand. And that's where it's really important to sit down with an agent who knows what they're doing, no matter who they are, and they can draw up a game plan for you to wade through all this crazy data. So a lot of opportunity on both sides of the transaction, and more importantly, this is going to be the busiest winter market that we've ever seen. Lawrence Yun said that. I've said that before. Look at the indicators here. Look at the data. It's backing up that claim because of rates, because of inventory, and here's the X factor. 74% of millennials want to buy a home in 2021. That's 54 million people. They did not get into a home ownership position originally. They're doing it now, so there's going to be even more demand. All the more reason if you're a buyer to get into the market now before these other inexperienced buyers jump in the spring. And if you're a seller, all the more reason to get your home on the market sooner so you can be the next one to sell and get a great price. I threw a lot at you. Questions, concerns, comments, you know where to reach me. We'll catch you next week. You're definitely going to want to watch this one.